Hi, friends. Our story today is titled Snowman Magic. I picked this story because it is officially winter, and I also picked this story because we're very close to Christmas and it has already snowed. So let's see what happens in this story. I noticed there's a boy in the background looking at his snowman. So if there's magic in this story, maybe the snowman comes to life. It looks like he's got a carrot nose and some stick arms. So let's see what happens in this story. The author who wrote the words is named Katherine Tegen, and our illustrator is Brandon Dorman. He drew the pictures. Oh, here I see a little boy rolling a snowball. Snowman Magic. It had been snowing all day. Snowing, snowing, snowing. George was bored. There was no school, so he needed something to do. He kept looking out the window. Would it ever stop? The next morning, the sun was shining. When George looked out the window, everything was a brilliant white. The snow was so bright it was almost hard to look at. If he squinted, he could see it was very deep, and it had drifted high against the slope in his backyard. Okay, so the author writes that George is looking, and the white is so bright he has to squint his eyes, there's so much snow. He also notices that it's very deep, which is perfect for building a snowman. George put on his warm socks and his snow pants and his flannel shirt. Then he put on his snow jacket, his boots, his mittens, and his hat. So, friends, the author writes that George put on his snow pants. Those are special pants. They have suspenders and they go all the way down to your leg, so it's like overalls kind of. And the material is like your coat, so it just pushes the snow right off, and your pants don't get wet when you have snow pants on. He's also wearing a flannel shirt. Some of you might have a flannel shirt or flannel sheets or a flannel blanket. Flannel is a material that's very warm. It keeps your body warm in the winter. He was ready. Outside, the air smelled clean and cold. George plunged into the snow. It was fluffy, but crunchy too. He made a snowball and threw it against a tree. It was very, very quiet. So it's quiet outside. The birds aren't really singing. There's not a lot of squirrels running around because it's pretty cold. George took some snow and packed it into a small ball. Then he started rolling the ball in the snow. The ball got bigger and bigger. When the ball got too heavy to roll, he stopped rolling it near the bottom of the slope. So it's pretty heavy, friends. The author wrote that he rolled the ball until it was too heavy to move. That's pretty big, and if you look, it's almost as high as George's belly. Then he started rolling a medium-sized ball, and he put it on top of the big ball. Finally, he made a small ball for the top. So we have a large ball on the bottom, a medium ball in the middle, and then he's going to put that small ball on the top. George went inside the house and found a scarf in the closet and a carrot in the refrigerator. In the old days, his mother told him that people used to take pieces of coal and use them to make eyes. But there wasn't any coal in George's house. So he found 2 buttons and brought them outside with the scarf and the carrot. Friends, coal is like a rock that you might find in your fireplace, or you might use it to start a fire in your grill. But he doesn't have any coal, so he found some buttons for the eyes. Friends, if you notice, I hope George closes his refrigerator before he goes outside. He carefully pushed the buttons into the small ball near the top. He stuck the carrot in the center, and he found a few small twigs and used them to make a mouth. He wrapped the scarf between the top and a ball and the middle ball. Then he found 2 branches to stick into the sides of the middle ball. It was a perfect snowman. So he's using the top ball as the face and the middle ball as his belly or his body. George turned his head. He thought he saw the snowman smiling at him. Could it be? Interesting. Time for a snack, said George. He went inside the house and got 2 mugs of hot chocolate and some cookies. He put them on the snow table. Would you like something to eat? George asked. I can't drink hot chocolate, the snowman said, but a cookie would be nice. It was magic. The snowman is talking to him. After their snack, George made a cave, tunneling deep into the slope. He piled up snowballs at the entrance. Then he threw a couple at the snowman. The snowman made some snowballs and threw them back at George. His long branch arms helped him throw the snowballs very far. It was hard to say who won the fight, but it was still fun. Looks like a lot of fun, friends. I noticed George is feeling pretty happy. He's smiling and he's dodging, playing a snowball fight with the snowman. The snowman chased George around the yard, and then George chased the snowman. The snowman could not move that fast, so it was easy for George to sneak up on him. Think about this, friends. What made it so that the snowman could not move fast? I'm noticing the snowman does not have legs or feet like George does, and he's also made of snow. So maybe he's so heavy and he doesn't have feet that he can't run as fast as George. But it looks like they're both having fun. I see some smiles on their faces. It was starting to get dark. George did not want to go inside, but his mother was calling for him. Goodbye, snowman, he said. I will see you tomorrow. George thought he heard the snowman say, good night. Okay, it's nighttime. The next day it was warmer. The sun was even brighter and the snowman was shrinking. George played with him all day, but he could tell that the snowman didn't have quite the same energy. Think about this, friends. The author's giving us clues. If it's getting warmer and the snowman is shrinking, what do we call that? What's that word when snow starts to shrink? It's it's melting. And the author also writes that the snowman does not have that much energy. So maybe because he's melting, he's losing his energy. He's getting tired. Oh boy, look at this illustration, friends. Wow. First of all, this is a beautiful illustration, but I can tell exactly what's happening here, and I can see how George is feeling. Then it was Monday, and George had to go to school. It was another bright, warm day. When he came home, the snowman was almost gone. The scarf and the carrot and the buttons had slid down. He could hardly recognize his snowman. The cave had collapsed too, and the snow table had melted. George is feeling pretty sad, I can tell. He's not really smiling. His mouth is almost just kind of straight, like, that stinks. Ooh, but the next morning, look at the weather, friends. Based on the picture, the next morning, what is the weather like and how is George feeling? He's putting 2 hands up. He's pretty excited. The next morning, George looked out the window. It was snowing! Snowing, snowing, snowing. He could not wait. Wait a minute. In the beginning of the story, George was bored because it's snowing, but it looks like he found something fun to do. And what do you think he's going to do? He could not wait. What is he going to do next? He could not wait to build his snowman again. Friends, that is the end of our story. I hope it snows a little bit more this winter so we can enjoy playing in the snow outside. And I hope you enjoyed this story. I'll see you soon. Bye.